3, 4, check my latitude. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that.
Hello. Brittany's still dancing to our intro. And we are here on Wednesday, December 10th for our 11th episode. And this is really great. We are both vibrant and red. No, we're not. Yesterday was a long day. I don't think either one of us would be defined as vibrant today. Thank you for watching. But with this lack of vibrancy today, we were very vibrant yesterday. So what happened yesterday, Brittany? Why are we kind of like ready for a nap, even though we slept all day?
It was a 12-hour expo. We were able to showcase the Keystone skyscraper inside of the global.
Dang it! You didn't tell me. We were 5 minutes late talking about stuff, and I still didn't add the Keystone Network to our thing at the bottom. Okay, dang it. Keep going. Expo. Sorry.
Expo. Okay, so the Global Business Expo is an amazing space where they highlight global businesses that are inside of Go Brunch, which is where our skyscraper is being built and transformed in just amazing space in altogether. So this community has seen that as a community, they were very segregated. And they created a space where they could actually showcase all of what they're up to and what they're doing. And I would have to say that I think maybe 10% of Go Brunchers actually show off their work inside of this expo. But it's gorgeous. And Global Expo, I don't know if it's .com, but they actually have a great business resource. A lot of people that are inside of the expo are people who are business oriented and really help take businesses to the next level. So what ends up happening at the Global Plaza is there's one of two things. You have people like us and Ollie who utilize their space and showcase their space that they work in on a day-to-day basis. Or you have other people like Dr. CK who really creates intricate rooms that can showcase what you can do when you work inside of a virtual office. So Dr. CK, why don't you talk about it? Because I know that you had a blast.
I did. And I will talk about that in a second, but I want to talk just a little bit. If you're not familiar with Go Brunch and you've never been to one of these rooms, I know that I will put this link everywhere, but come just visit the skyscraper for 10 minutes so we can show you how you can use this differently than you use Zoom or Google Meet or what is WebEx or whatever it's called now. We can show you the difference. And it is an online platform for you to have meetings and conferences and everything. The best part about it is the design work that goes into it, though. So what yesterday was twofold. People showing their companies, right? Like the cool stuff that a lawyer or a psychologist or an HR leadership strategist or a tech strategist and accountability expert. You can see all of the things that they do for their business, but how cool that is building your own environment, right? I want you to imagine Go Brunch is you can build your own house from scratch and decorate it however you want. And this is what you do with that online world. You have a comment on that?
I was just thinking about the doctor that came in who's going to build a clinic in Africa. And so he built his entire Go Brunch space based off of rooms for the clinic that he's going to build.
I love it. See, that's the thing, right? He's literally building a world so that other people can see the clinic that he's building in Africa. So you can help and support and see and grow with him while he is doing that. And he is doing it in real time in Africa, right? It's a cool concept. And there's so many cool concepts in here, and it would be so hard to explain. And it's more along the lines, they do this every 3 months, or is that right?
Yeah,
So keep an eye out for the next time we're advertising about this because I'm sure all of you have seen our little posts about it all over social media. So come and join next year. However, prior to that, come see what we're doing. Now, I'm going to talk about Dr. CK's room because when you come to our Go Brunch room, I think I want you to come visit us first because if you go to hers first, you'll be like, these people are boring. Like literally, like, so she built this room of tons of Christmas trees when you first walk in, but it's Christmas around the world. And there's one Christmas tree on the right-hand side that the bulbs are different flags from different countries. And you click on them and you have to do something in that room to get your passport. And I want to say there were like 15 rooms, if I remember. I'd have to count on there. Somewhere around 10 or 15 rooms that she built all special for this. And when we say rooms, it's you click, go to somewhere else, click, go to somewhere else. And so you want to envision you're walking down a hallway and it says, go to China for Christmas. And you walk in the door and everything looks like a family would decorate it in China for Christmas. And it's just an amazing concept.
And I'm gonna totally talk about something a little bit different because inside of the skyscraper and inside of most Go Brunch rooms, when you click on something, it takes you to a different room.
Correct.
Dr. CK actually had it to where the room, the background and the seats change and you never leave. So you never lose a person by changing your background. And the amount of coding that this woman had to have put into this is phenomenal to understand that normally anybody in Go Brunch is like, oh yeah, click this button and you get this whole new, space and experience, and you lose the people that you're talking to.
Right.
Dr.
You are now in a different room.
Yeah, Dr. CK made it to where you could be in Germany and I could be in Greece and
we
we
can
could
still
still
talk.
be communicating.
Yeah.
It was
And
phenomenal.
just to be honest, if you're watching this now or later, we don't know how to do that yet. This is people that are like top
We
level.
can connect you.
So if this is something that you're like, oh, I would love to have clicky Christmas trees, we can connect you with a person that can do that for you.
Yeah.
But I think I just want to focus that networking can look crazy amazing like it did yesterday, and networking can look on a day-to-day like it does for us in our co-working space, right? So with that, knowing that, let's talk a little bit about how our networking space, the skyscraper, the people within the skyscraper, how they showed up yesterday.
I did an entire 12-minute video, 12
That
minute
she
and
hasn't
20
posted yet.
seconds.
So
That
we're
I
going to
haven't
talk about it
posted
here
yet.
first.
Our community showed TF up. They showed up
Yes.
so much.
100%.
So, guys, to be completely honest, Sarah and I put in so much energy and effort into what it actually looked like to show up for the expo. We needed to rebrand, we needed to build different things and do all kinds of stuff. And so we wanted to make sure that the skyscraper was ready and that it was branded, because branding is very important. And when somebody walked in, we wanted to make sure that it was perfect, and obviously can't make things perfect, but trust me guys, I can stay up very late and get as close as possible.
I'm rolling my eyes. We're not going to talk about this.
But every single person inside that rents rooms from us and is a part of our community, we had told them a month and a half ago, hey, here is your marketing material. Here are at least 3 hours that we would like you to be present because we will have Q&A and we're expecting people to come in, and we wanted to have the community showing up. They came in for those 3 hours and more. They went out into the expo and explored the rooms and talked to people and brought people back. They really, inside of the room, when somebody would show up, they would answer questions, and really, my heart for how amazing our community showed up in this space. I just cannot explain how grateful I am.
Well, and I think there are a lot of reasons that our space in Go Brunch is very unique, but one of those is because we do the rentals. We're building a community of people within our space and not just inviting a community of people to our space, right? A lot of the people that we met yesterday in the expo have great spaces that they invite people to, right? But there's so many people that are literally in our space. They own part of our space, right? And or rent part of it. You get my point. And I think when we saw that yesterday, because we were truly the only space in this expo that I encountered that had more than one person kind of manning their booth, for lack of better terms, which allowed all of us to go out and meet and network and learn. And we all went to different spaces, right? Sophia went to some spaces, Terry went to some spaces, Jackie went to some spaces. I don't know what Forrest and Dom, what spaces they went to, but I know they both went to the keynote speeches. And we were able to kind of send emissaries out, for lack of better words, right? And speak about the Keystone Network and spread the great things that we're doing. And a lot of other people didn't have that. I don't know if support is the word, but that ability to do it.
And I had mentioned that. So I went to the after party.
Mhm.
And so after the after party, there
Yeah,
was a little
I
bit
could
of
not.
conversation. Yeah, I know. It was late. There was a little bit more in-depth conversation about communities, and it was interesting because Go Brunch is such a community of its own, and
Yeah.
the people who have been there for so many years. One of the ladies was like, "Yeah, my community are all people with rooms." And so that segregation of we all have rooms, but we've all come together to build a community, their support system was out doing for themselves, right? And so, like you said, Sarah, we have a very unique space where the one of the requests was to have a freebie, and I was like, oh yeah, here's my link to the page I'm building because we have 10 freebies because every single person in our office is giving a freebie out. And other people did amazing freebies and different
Oh,
things.
yeah.
But we were able to really highlight and showcase our community as a whole community and help people on different levels of personal and business because of the different types of people we have in our community.
I agree. And so with knowing that we have so many amazing people in our community and so many people that are growing together and networking together and all of that, I think this can segue into when you love what you're doing, right? Whether that's your own business or helping with, the marketing, in this case yesterday with the Keystone Network. If you have that love, if you have that ability and the want to grow your business, you're ready to shout it from the rooftops, right? And I kind of think that our second topic of today was having that passion for your business, right? And I think yesterday what I saw is not only the two of us having passion and telling everybody that we could talk to what we do and why we do it and how amazing we are, but we had people that were willing to do that for us, right? Which shows that not only do they have passion for what they do, right? Because they're here every day showing up for their own business, but they also have passion for what we're building and they want to share and grow it too. That I just wanted to That's our second topic, is that passion. So what are your thoughts?
This conversation is a huge conversation because so many business owners get burned out. So many business owners are working and we heard it this week on Monday. Well, yeah, but I've reached my goal. I did that. I accomplished that. Okay, but you're not doing it consistently. You're not still in it. How
Right.
did you reach this and now you're down here? And the reason is because people think that once you reach a goal, that's it, that's all. And unfortunately, when we don't look at what is the long term, where are we trying to go? Those goals, those objectives should always be advancing. Yes, I've reached this. Now I can reach this. Yes, I've reached this. Now I can reach this. And it's okay to plateau and say, you know what, this is perfect. This is where I want to be. But the amount of work and effort to stay at that plateau is still required. And people think, well, I've reached this, so now I can lax. You can't. You have to do the same amount of work. And that means the same amount of passion that, or more passion, right? Even more because it's the same stuff day in and day out that you have to really work on. So, what is your passion in connecting with people? How can you change that up? Because if you do it the same every day, it's going to exhaust you. What is your passion for your business? Are you sure that you're still passionate about what it is? Because if not, let's change it up. We changed BizStorming from just accountability to tech specialist because I was giving away the tech services. Let's be honest. And the reality is that without the tech, I don't believe you can have the accountability.
Okay.
Um, so that's what you want to look at is, does my business establish and support what I feel can be a moving cog?
No, I agree. And I think though that a lot of people forget how entrepreneurship is different than a real 9 to 5 job, for lack of better terms, right? So you go to a 9 to 5 job, and if one day you wake up and say, I hate being here, you apply to another 9 to 5 job and you find another place that spurs that passion, right? Now, there are serial entrepreneurs out there. I can vouch for that. But most entrepreneurs are trying to find that thing that's going to be their passion till the end of days, right? And if you aren't feeling that passion on a day-to-day basis, then you got to switch it up, right? And I don't mean become a serial entrepreneur. I'm saying that maybe you, one of the suggestions I made to somebody this week was to incorporate some of their life passions into it. So like if you love playing the piano, play some pieces on the piano and add it to background music of your social media posts. Why not, right? It's your music, so you can use it however you want. There's ways to incorporate your passion into your marketing, into your business, so that you love what you're doing every day,
Well, I
right?
think we've seen Forrest flourishing in this.
Oh my gosh, his videos, I know. It's crazy. Good crazy. Yeah, his videos are crazy. And he does them like every day. He has a new video every day. And then there's me over here, like, I don't know what I want to talk about every day. So,
But here's the thing, like we've watched him come in with one idea. Like he was like, "Hey, this is what I'm focusing on. This is what I'm going to do is Tiny
mhm,
Challenge." Phenomenal program, right?
I
But
agree.
every week I think he has come in with something that he had on the shelf that he is like, "I'm excited. What do you girls think? What do you think about bringing this out? What do you think
Yeah.
about elevating this?"
He's
And
always thinking of that next step, right?
yeah,
Whether it's unveiled today or created today or whatever, he's always thinking, okay, this is my next step. At least it's on the list. At least I'm thinking about it. I'm planning for it. And that is a really good key to ingenuity, right? It's that keeping that spark alive in your business. And now I feel like I'm talking about like marriage, but really when you are in a relationship with your business, you do have to keep that spark going. It's not about taking it on a date on a Friday night, but gosh darn Skippy, you need to come up with a new idea every once in a while, or you'll get bored with your business too.
yep, exactly. So I love the idea of what is the passion that drives you today because maybe tomorrow you need a different one. But making sure that
Oh,
your business is following you and you're
and
following your
now
business.
I'm putting somebody on the spot. Brittany, what's your passion? Why do you keep biz storming going? What do you
My
like most
passion
about your days? Yeah.
my passion is helping. For me, it's really watching other business owners grow and expand. And we get to do that on a daily basis in our community. So I'm
Mhm.
super excited for what we're building. And it really is that idea of watching my clients graduate. When a client does a 90-day with me, they have created the atomic habits, they have created the vocabulary, they have really worked on what they're doing. And I have watched clients go from 2-hour meetings to 1-hour meeting to 30 minutes, and they just check in for 30 minutes every other week
Because
at some
they've
point.
already developed the process,
Mhm.
the daily process of making sure they're inside their business, that they're aligning.
Yeah, and that's the big part is that alignment of your business is going places and you're going places. So how do we get you there and how do we do it to where you never have to feel overwhelmed? And because of the conversation, it's just phenomenal, and we've seen that inside of people showing up just for our free group accountability and our task management. They've been there, they've asked the right questions,
Yeah.
and they're building the right things for them. So sometimes it's big and you need a business rehaul and, a 90-day program with me is great, but sometimes you can manage a free meeting every week and you can get little tidbits that really push you ahead.
100%. 100%. And I think that one of the things that we have in common is helping people. I love to give people tidbits and advice and things to help them. Um, but for me, I feel like just watching, even if I'm not a part of it, right? Sometimes it's like very interesting to me to watch somebody grow and watching somebody build something that they have a passion for. And I'm going to actually, I know we mentioned Terry a lot, but last night before I went to bed, I'm scrolling my phone just like most normal people do, probably. And she posted one of the first things about the DMS collective, right? And I was like, right? I'm like, I'm so glad you're making this happen. And so Terry is building a community for network marketers and MLM, and it's something that is truly needed, right? A lot of times these entrepreneurs are kind of left on the sidelines and somehow viewed as not real entrepreneurs, but they have the same things that all of us are going through. And to have a space for them to talk about that and to discuss things to help and grow and be. Um, but that was a suggestion that Brittany and I made a hot minute ago.
It was a
Um,
voluntold.
yeah, it was like, and but the passion that Terry is having with it to make it grow and to build this, I think is so amazing, right? And you and I aren't involved necessarily in the build, right? We helped a little bit like feedback on the logo and feedback on some things, and you're helping her learn how to run an accountability meeting. But those, she's doing it all. You get my point? Like she's building it all and she just built all the marketing for it. And I was stupid excited last night. I was tired, but I was like, "Bitch." And my partner was like, "What is wrong with you?" Because I'm in bed, like I was just like I sat up and he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm fine. Shut up." So but it was good. It was good. So you have to go check it out. I don't know if you've seen it yet this morning.
No, I have not. I've been for whatever reason avoiding the socials, but what I love about this is you were like, yeah, we've talked about Terry. Yeah, we've talked about Forrest. Yeah, we've talked about Sophia. Yeah, we've talked about Jackie. Yeah, we are talking about the people who are in our community because they're showing up every day.
That is true.
And when you have inspiration in your day, every day, it doesn't have to always be Forrest that's inspiring us, but
Well, and
then Terry
also if
pops
you
in.
come rent somewhere from a room from from the network,
Keystone.
I'm trying to say, from the network, we will talk about you too.
If the logo was at the bottom, we could read it and we'd never forget.
I'm tired. I do have to say, I'm normally not tired. And yesterday, though, while it was a virtual expo, it literally, I got up and I went upstairs at one point and I just looked at my partner. I'm like, can you really have can your legs hurt from sitting all day? Right? So my legs hurt. My head was like, I'm done with humans, right? Like, and it wasn't bad. It was every expo, whether you go to an in-person one or a virtual one or whatever, 12 hours is a long time.
Yeah.
12 hours is a long time. And so
Manning
I
a
am
booth
not
is a
complaining.
lot.
It's more along the lines, if words are coming out of my mouth, I call it a good day. So
Exactly. But I think that shows a lot in that
yeah.
space. And when you rent inside of the Keystone Network and when you become one of us, like there is this huge there's just this huge shift that I am noticing in businesses, and I love it. And you know, yes, do we want to collect all the Pokemon? Of course we do, right? We want to collect all the business owners and have you all to ourselves
We
and
do.
really have those conversations because every single one of you do your business different. And
Mhm.
every single one of you really deserve that highlight and that when you do it by yourself, there is nobody there to praise you.
Yes.
And it
Yes.
is so hard to praise yourself. So please don't do it by yourself. We have co-working that we're working on getting 24 hours inside of one room. We have people who are showing up consistently for other people. Um, don't do this by yourself.
Well, and I want to do one thing before we kind of do our closing stuff, because we named everybody, but I did forget there's one person that came yesterday that has rented a room, but she doesn't quite have, but she showed up yesterday. Carol Gator showed up and she was like visiting the rooms and listening to keynotes. And we don't even have her official room live yet, do we?
It is live, but it's hidden because I don't have her billboard yet. But
Okay.
her
Um,
freebie is on the room freebie.
on the room freebie. But my point is that she still is the room design is still happening and she still showed up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And
I
so
actually built her room during the expo.
wonderful. Yeah, there was a few times that we had a little downtime, just like with any expo, right? And so we both did a few things. However, Brittany, tell us who you are and why people should know you.
My name is Brittany. I am a accountability tech strategist. So I am helping business owners who are tornadoes in a bottle. They're doing all the actions, but they just don't feel like they're making the impact. So I help them shatter the glass through alignment and tech. So really making sure that once they align with their business, once they know how they want to move forward, they have the proper knowledge and the right tech for them to really support ongoing movement.
I love it. I love it. So I just want you to know that you have that down pat now, like 100%. And I know that there were a little bit when we first switched to when you first switched to the tornado thing, but it is amazing. You have it like down pat. And now
First
I'm
of all,
afraid to
guys,
give
I
mine.
fought her tooth and nail on the tornado thing.
But it's about storms and it's been storming and tornadoes. I think it sounds
It took
wonderful.
a really long shower to think about the bottle. That's all I'm saying. It was a tornado in a bottle.
Um, it's all right. Now it doesn't matter. So, hi.
It's unleashed.
It's Unleashed. Hi, I'm Sarah, and I don't know who I am today, apparently. I am with Off the Beaten Path Consulting, and I'm a business and leadership strategist. So I build those things for small and medium-sized businesses that are going through transitions. I do that, though, through one-on-ones, group sessions. You can find that all out on my website and a list of the specific things that I do. But one of the things that I think is that HR and leadership are boring, and so are the trainings. So I've created a series of coloring books and some workshops that'll be coming out next year around those coloring books on how to train in a different way for new leaders and better leaders. We are the first time. It's 30 minutes and 10
It
seconds.
is, but I'm
That's,
not going to let you cancel
oh,
because
goodness. What do we
you
do?
snaked out of what your passion is.
I snaked out of my passion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. So I will be honest. I love what I do. I'm not allowed to do as much as I want to do right now because I'm in school. So what I love to do is share and grow and be with leaders so that I can build new leaders for the future, right? That is what's in my head. It's honestly what my part of what my dissertation is focused on. I want to make the world a better place, and we have to start with training young leaders and new leaders and better leaders along the way so that the world can change in the future. And I know that seems very, I don't even know if the word esoteric is the right word, because how can one little person change the whole world? But if we all focus on becoming better leaders by doing better, being better every day, then the world will change.
Love it. Now you can end with our amazing
Oh,
music.
goodness.
Dun, 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 dun,
Bye,
dun, dun,
everyone.
dun, dun, dun.